5 things you might not know about Cheers next on Retro Serial. Hey everyone, I'm Ian C. and you're watching Retro Serial. Cheers ran on NBC from 1982 to 1993 with a total of 275 episodes over an impressive 11 seasons. Cheers starred Ted Danson, Shelley Long, Rhea Perlman, and I'm going to butcher this name, Nicholas Calsanto, Woody Harrelson, Kirstie Alley, George Wendt, John Rassingberg, Kelsey Grammer, and many more. Cheers follows the womanizing antics of Sam Malone, played by Ted Danson, a former Red Sox relief pitcher and also a former alcoholic who now owns and operates a bar called Cheers. Also at the center of the show are the amazing sub-stories of the regulars who meet at Cheers to hang out, drink, and just socialize. You may have already known all of this, but here are 5 things about the show that you might not have known. But before we get to that, would you please do me the honor of hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button, and please share this on your favorite social media. Also, if you want to know when these shows are available, hit that bell notification so you don't miss a single episode. And that's all free for you to do, and it means a whole lot for us here at Retro Serial. But if you want to go a step further and support the show financially, you're always welcome to follow the link below to the Patreon page where you'll find 2 levels of support. The first is the Cornflake Club. It's just $3 a month. It's a tip jar saying, hey, we like what you're doing over at Retro Serial. Please keep it up. The next level of support is the Honeycomb Hideout, which is $5 a month. But with the Honeycomb Hideout, you get most all videos and most all podcasts at least 1 day in advance. At least advanced enough that you can say, hey, we saw it before you all did. And you can be a Retro Serial snob, which I know has been a lifelong dream for you. Also, if you don't want to, have somebody taking money out of your account every month, hey, I get that. That's why we provide another way to give to Retro Serial, and that's by Venmo. That's at Singularity_Productions. With all that said, let's get to our 5 things you might not have known. And coming in at number 5, the show that almost didn't make it. For many of us, Cheers is one of the most beloved sitcoms in TV history, and we really couldn't picture a universe without it. But did you know that Cheers almost didn't make it past season 1? That's right. Like a lot of great TV, season 1 is a little sketchy, and this is none more true than for the television show Cheers. Actually, during its first week when it premiered, out of 100 shows, it took 77th place. But NBC's entertainment president, Brandon Tartikoff, believed in the show and saved it from cancellation and pushed for it for the rest of the season 1 and into season 2. Thank you so much, Brandon. I can't picture a Thursday night in my growing up childhood without the show Cheers being in it. Coming in at number 4, the cast that almost wasn't. Of course, the main theme of Cheers revolves around Sam Malone and his relationships. But let's face it, Cheers would not be the classic hit that it was without the supporting cast and the characters they played. All are really worth mentioning, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention Norm and Cliff. Personally speaking, I thought these 2 characters were amazing, and often I was just as interested in their story as I was in Sam's. But did you know that these 2 were not intended to be regulars on the show? Yes, actually the story goes that there was supposed to be this one regular named George, which both Wendt and Rassenberg auditioned for. But George Wendt got the part, but they liked him so much that they expanded the role and changed the name of the person to Norm Peterson. But Rassenberg wasn't going to give up so easily. No, he turned to the casting directors and he actually said something along the lines of, hey, does your bar have a know-it-all? Every bar has a know-it-all. So they wrote in a character for him, and thus, instead of the one character, George, who wasn't really going to be that much of a regular in the first place, we have Norm and Cliff are born. Now, it's like I said, I can't imagine the show without Norm and Cliff. Who was your favorite supporting actor or actress in Cheers and the character that they played? Please leave that in the comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say. And coming in at number 3, the HIV episode that you didn't see. Hey, that rhymed. I didn't intend it to when I wrote this, but it did rhyme anyway. Well, as I have mentioned ad nauseum, in the 80s, social issues seem to be at the heart of many episodes. We've already seen other episodes that tackled drunk driving, racism, and illiteracy, just to name a few. Cheers was no exception to this at all, tackling such issues as alcoholism and a lot more. But did you know that there was going to be an episode about HIV? Yes. Sam Malone was supposed to find out that a former girlfriend of his and former lover had contracted the disease. But in 1988, there was a writer's strike and they never filmed the episode. It was actually going to be a cliffhanger in season 6. So season 6 was going to end on this cliffhanger. Does Sam have AIDS? Does he not have AIDS? And again, because of the writer's strike, we never got to see the episode. Let me ask you, would you have liked to have seen that episode? Do you think it would have made a big difference for you? Do you think it would have affected you at all? Leave it in the comment section below. And coming in at number 2, Sam Malone wears a hairpiece. The truth of the matter is Ted Danza wore a hairpiece to play Sam Malone because he was balding on top. However, you might think this is a bit pedantic for me to point this out, but I have to admit that as a kid, this really bothered me in its continuity, especially from that very first episode to pretty much everything else we see in Cheers. And whenever that first episode would come up in reruns, it really upset me to see the inconsistency in what his hair looked like from the first episode to everything else. Now, maybe this didn't bother you, but the inconsistency of how he looked really, really upset me for some reason. I don't know. I was a kid. It really upset me. Maybe it didn't upset you. In fact, there was an episode dedicated to the fact that Sam Malone, the character played by Ted Danza, was balding in an episode called It's Lonely on Top, where Sam shares with Carla that he, in fact, is follicular challenged. Let's say follicular challenged. Did it bother you? Let me know in the comment section below. Am I being pedantic? Let me know in the comment section below. Whatever way you think of it, I'd like to hear your opinion. And coming in at number 1, Cheers was supposed to go on. Ted Danson announced that he was done with the character of Sam Malone at the end of the 1992-93 season. But like anything that's making money, the executives over at NBC wanted to see those checks just keep coming on in. How were they going to do this? Well, they were going to have Sam Malone hand off the bar to Woody, and Woody was going to take over, and the shows would be about him. However, upon hearing this, Woody Harrelson simply refused and said that there is no show without the character of Sam Malone, and therefore the executives decided to cancel the show, which I think is a good idea. I really couldn't picture a Woody Harrelson in the lead role without Sam Malone being there. It just would have been a cash grab for me. Now, do you agree with that sentiment, or do you think that they should have done a few more seasons with Woody being the main character? Or do you think it's a good idea that they canceled the show after Ted Danson said that he was done with the Sam Malone character? What's your opinion about that? Good idea, bad idea? Leave it in the comments section below. And I just want to say, also leave in the comments section below, was there a fact about Cheers that you would have included, or one of mine that you would have left out? Again, please let me know in the comments section. And I just want to thank you for watching this episode of Retro Serial. If you like what you saw here and you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button, the like button, share it on your favorite social media, and hit the bell notification if you want to know when these things are available. And as always, you're welcome to help out the program by following the links below, where you can share some of your hard-earned cash to help me grow this YouTube mogul empire. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Retro Serial. I'm ENC.